I was like reliving like my favorite things in my life. It's just been like coming home to me. The one thing is that I'm so excited for what's next. Oh my God, why am I so sad? Why did I all of a sudden get so sad? Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Kayla Cosmos, and it feels really weird to be doing like a sit down talking video. It's been such a long time since I made a video like this. In this video today, I really want to talk about how it's been like to return to Taiwan. I want to talk about how it feels to be leaving Taiwan again, and I want to discuss whether or not I may return to Taiwan. So initially I left Taiwan after living here for 2 years on February 27th, 2022. And I returned on February 26, 2023, so almost exactly 1 month ago. So it was very interesting to travel for the entire past year. I was in Costa Rica, I was in Colombia, I went to Dubai, Vietnam. I did a lot of stuff, and I as a person changed a lot. So it was going to be really interesting to see how I felt coming back to Taiwan, especially because I had a very emotional and difficult time when I left here. And, so I always wanted to come back to kind of see, like, kind of just like reconnect with these feelings that kind of all of a sudden got cut off when I had to leave. Since I've been back, it was really weird at first, actually. I was like, it's just strange to be here because I feel so different as a person. But at the same time, this place is somewhere that I love so much. So it's very interesting to come in with this perception. So it felt really weird at first. I was in Jinshan though, which is somewhere that I had never been, so I'm sure that also had something to do with it. But then after I made a quick change of plans to go to Jinmen to visit my friend Lucian, and Jinmen is literally my first home in Taiwan. So I went to Jinmen and then I came back to Taipei. I got to see Johnny, I got to see Jesus. I went to Taoyuan, I got to go see James. I went to Tainan, I got to meet Justin, as you guys saw in my last video. I finally met him. Unfortunately, I did not get to meet Leah. And now I'm in Kaohsiung. And after I am in Kaohsiung, I'm going to be going to Xiaoliuqiu, and then after I return to Kaohsiung, I will be flying out. So by the time you're watching this video, I'm gone. But it's just been so nice in Taiwan to know that I have people, no matter where I go, I have somebody to connect with. So even though I am alone, I don't feel lonely because I know people, I have friends. So yeah, I would say like number one, I think knowing people has made this trip so amazing because I do feel so much more reconnected. Coming back, oh my God, at first I was like trying to maintain my diet, but like I do not give a fuck anymore. I am eating as much as I can because I realized within like a week or weekish from now, I'm not gonna have all this food here, and I want to keep eating the food. It's just been like coming home to me, which is weird because on one hand, I don't feel like it's home, but on the other hand, there's a part of my brain that's like, this is home, like you're home, and it's a weird feeling. Time for a water break. Stay hydrated, friends. Being back in Taiwan, it's almost like I'm just kind of like back in a flow that I'm so familiar with that just feels natural to me. Of course, the language barrier is still like what most frustrates me sometimes because I'm like, and it's not like I'm frustrated with people, I'm frustrated with myself that I can't communicate the way I would like to, which does make my experience so much better. Because, for example, I was living in Colombia and I speak almost fluent Spanish, so I was able to really integrate. Before, my Mandarin wasn't very good, but I was just like, well, like whatever, this is fine. But now I'm like, this is kind of tiring. But coming back, I mean, it's been nice. It's been really nice. I'm eating all the foods I want to eat. I'm seeing all the people I want to see. I'm going to all the places I want to go to. Next week I'm going to Xiaoliuqiu and I'm going to be going freediving. And I'm just so, oh my God, I'm really excited to go freediving. So I think in my time here, my best moments, definitely Jinmen. Definitely Jinmen was like incredible. Like I loved going and hiking. I loved going to be around nature. Like it's so weird because I could just feel myself smiling doing these things that I like, I was like reliving like my favorite things in my life. Okay, so the trip is coming to an end soon though. And that is, okay, now that I'm like actually thinking about it, I'm like having a hard time even speaking about it because I think like, oh, I've always known that it's happening soon, but now I'm thinking about it and like, oh my God, why am I so sad? Why did I all of a sudden get so sad? In realizing I'm leaving, I'm realizing like, I actually don't want to leave. Like I do want to leave. I am ready for what is next. I'm going to be going to the Philippines. I'm going to Dubai. I'm going to go to Korea. Oh my God, I'm so excited to go to Korea. So, I'm continuing this travel lifestyle that I've put together and it's just freaking awesome. Like I'm extremely excited for what's next. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, I'm leaving this place that I love like so much again. But the good news is, unlike last time when I had to leave and the borders were closed, this time I can leave and I can come back when I want, which is a great feeling, you know. That's kind of like, it's like a secure feeling, because last time it was like just I had to leave and I had no idea when I'd be able to return, and I really didn't want to leave. So that was actually really hard. I don't know how I feel about leaving. I'm okay with it. I will say I'm okay with the fact that I am leaving, but it's not like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore, like bye. It's more like I'll miss you, and I will see you later, right? So that brings me to the third point of this video. Will I come back to Taiwan? And I think that's not a question I can really answer right now. The answer is maybe. I'm only really going to know how I feel as time goes on. Like after I leave Taiwan, how will I feel? Will I feel like, oh my God, I need to go back? Or will I feel like, that was okay, we don't need to go back? Which I don't think I'll feel like that. But will I maybe discover somewhere else that I think actually I'd rather stay here? Because when I think about returning to Taiwan, I don't think about returning to Taiwan just to come here and hang out and travel. Like I think about coming back here because I would want to live here. I don't know exactly how I would make it happen to work out in a long-term type of way. Like I don't want to teach English again for an ARC. Like I'm doing what I love to do for my job right now, and I think I'm much more valuable in what I'm doing than being an English teacher. So if I were to come back to Taiwan, you know, first of all, I need to fully learn Mandarin. Like I would need to attend Mandarin classes, because there's no way I can live somewhere long term and not know the language. Like that's just, I don't have, like as I talked earlier in the video, I don't have the patience to be doing that. I want to communicate with the people. I want to fully integrate myself. So that kind of intimidates me, but that's just one factor of it. But Taiwan is such a livable place. You know, I look at like all the old people in the park going like this and stuff and like doing these things, and I'm like, I like that. I want to do that. I want to be doing that when I'm an old lady. Like I can totally see myself just like doing that stuff. You know, so like I feel like Taiwan is one of those like places that I would like to live here. So if I do come back here, I don't think it's gonna just be to like travel. Like it may be like a full-on attempt to stay here. But I don't know the answer to that, you know. As I said, I can go somewhere else and maybe find like, hey, I would like to live here. I don't know if maybe you've picked this up, but like the United States is not a viable option for me to live. I don't see myself having a future in the United States. Like I see my family there, and that is it. Like after I've lived in Taiwan, after I've lived somewhere that's safe, I'm living somewhere that has good health care, you know, like just, I guess I'd say mostly those two things, which are extremely important for your health and your sanity. I am at this point though where I am traveling so much and I am quite exhausted. I'm like packing my shit in my bag, taking it out, packing it up, taking it out, going here, going there. And it's really tiring, especially because I am trying to, you know, make more money as a freelancer, yet because I'm traveling and seeing new things and doing things and seeing people and then trying to work, it's hard to really balance that out. So I am also at a point where I'm like, well, I would like to kind of stay somewhere to kind of settle. I don't know. My mind is just like in a billion places with this, but Taiwan more than anywhere feels like home. It's somewhere I'm familiar with. It's somewhere that's stable. It's somewhere I feel safe. It's somewhere I feel like, you know, like socially, I'm like, yeah, this is chill. Like we're chilling. I'm good. You know, I live a good life here. So maybe I will come back. But yeah, so if you made it through this whole video, thanks so much for watching. I really hope that if you watched my other Taiwan travel videos that you enjoyed them. It was so nice to be back here, because when I left Taiwan, I didn't really do much on my YouTube channel. Like my identity as a YouTuber was very much so tied to Taiwan, and it felt just really hard to create content last year. And so I'm happy to be back in that flow finally, and not just making content in Taiwan, but you know, I made some in Malaysia as well. So after I leave here, Kayla, you better keep creating content no matter where you are, okay? So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It has been so great to finally reconnect with this amazing country and this place that feels so much like home to me. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.